I'm Harmony with Wheeler Rentals. I'm going to show you all the features on the outside of this travel trailer. This is your battery. There's nothing at all you're going to have to do with your battery. There is a solar panel connected to the top of the trailer that will automatically charge the battery. You have to understand how a solar panel works, that it only works in the sun. As soon as the sun goes down, or if it's a very overcast day, it's either going to be slow or not work at all on charging the batteries. So as soon as the sun goes down for nighttime, whatever you have stored in this battery is all that you're going to have for the rest of that evening until the sun comes up again. The most common problem with the battery is as you travel, sometimes those wing nuts or nuts on the terminals of the battery get shaken loose. If you have any battery problems, open up this case, tighten those nuts, and that should solve all of your problems. The thing that kills your battery is your furnace. It's the blower on the furnace that will eat the battery. You can go through a couple of batteries in one night. So if it's cold, be conservative with your furnace and you'll be able to make it through just fine with one battery. Right here are your propane tanks. I will already have the driver's side propane tank turned on for you because I've already turned on the fridge for you. The only tank you'll need to worry about refilling is this tank. I'm sending them both out full and I want them to be returned full. You'll probably only use the driver's side, so you'll only need to worry about refilling that driver's side. If you were to miraculously drain this tank, then you'll close this valve, open up the passenger side valve, and then there's a little switch right here with a little arrow on it. Right now that arrow is pointing to the driver's side. You'll just flip that switch over, point it to the passenger side. If you have to do that, you will have to restart the fridge. This is what's called a hybrid travel trailer. It has two canvas pop-outs on it. It's got one on the front and one on the back. Both of them are queen size beds. To open up these pop-outs, there's no bars or any cables you need to worry about on the outside. You'll just lift up on this lock, take out this handle, move the handle out of the way. Same thing on the other side. And then you just pull it down. Gently let that come down. For the outside of this one, it is permanently attached, so you'll just kind of pull this open there. When you go to put this back, you want to make sure that you fold in the canvas and make sure it's not hanging out when you go to put it back up in there. The rest of it we do on the inside of the trailer. This right here is the outside of your hot water heater. There's nothing at all you have to do with it on the outside. It's all automatically done on the inside. Over here you've got your exterior shower. It's got hot and cold running water with a faucet in there. Great place to do your dishes or wash your hair or hands. That way you don't fill up your gray water tank. This is your city water connection. You will only be using this if you have water at your campground. It does not fill up your freshwater tank. If you want to use this and you have a faucet at your campground, I have a special drinking water hose here for you. On this drinking water hose, it has a water pressure regulator. I tie these two ends together because you are camping for storage and oftentimes there's visitors, so that's why we tie those ends together. This right here is your water pressure regulator. There is a little tiny arrow on it. You just want to make sure that that little tiny arrow is pointing to the trailer. It doesn't matter if this is at the faucet or it's right next to the trailer, so long as the arrow is pointing to the trailer. So if you want to hook up to a faucet, what you'll do in this case, you would screw it in right here, take the other end, screw it in at the faucet, turn on that water faucet, and it will create water pressure throughout the trailer without filling up your fresh water tank. You do have to make sure that you've got this water pressure regulator on there because the lines inside of a travel trailer are not built like the lines inside of your house, and the water pressure from your campground could blow the lines inside the trailer. Right here is your freshwater tank. It is a 48-gallon freshwater tank, so you just have to be conservative and be aware of how much water you actually have. If you need to refill this tank or fill it up the first time, you stick a hose in there and fill it up. I do have that special drinking water hose for you to stop at a gas station or somewhere and fill that up. If you need more water added in middle of the trip, I have a funnel right here. So you can take a big 5-gallon jug and add water to your freshwater tank if you need to do that. Right here is the outside of your furnace. It does get hot. Don't put your camp chairs by it or park it next to a vinyl house because it will melt it. But it's a great place to warm up your hands in the morning. This is your cable, if you were to have cable at your campground. This is the back side of your fridge. Nothing at all you need to do with the back side of your fridge, other than you might want to come out and listen for it, and you can hear the flame running if it's running on propane. If it's running on electricity, it will be silent. Back here, you've got your sewer. The first thing you're going to do is get your clear elbow. I've got some disposable gloves in here for you to use. Here's your clear elbow. You'll stick that onto the outlet, lock that on. Your sewer hose is hiding in your bumper. Take off the bumper cap, reach in there, pull out the sewer hose. Hook the sewer hose onto the clear elbow. The other end of the sewer hose is going to go down into the sewer hole. The first thing you're going to do is open up your black tank. Your black tank's in back has a black handle. Your gray tank's in front has a gray handle, and it is a much smaller valve. So what you're going to do is just pull that straight out. It doesn't twist or turn. You'll watch water come out. After it's done draining, close that black tank, go inside and dump a whole bunch of water straight down into the toilet. There's a garbage can in there. It's excellent for bucketing water in. You'll need 3 to 5 bucketfuls of water in the toilet. Then come back out and open that valve up again. You will get more stuff out the second time. Close it, dump more water in, come back out, open that up. Repeat that process until the water runs clear. So the last time you open up this black valve and you see only clear water coming out, then you're done with the black tank. Close that black tank for the last time. Now, when you're pressing this in to be closed, just be aware that the valve is more in the center of the trailer, so you have to gently press it in. Sometimes it's stiff. If you force it, you could bend that rod, and then the black tank valve never shuts again quite right. So that's why we need to be gentle with it. After you're all done with the black tank, only clear water has come out, you close the black tank, then you'll open up your gray tank. Your gray tank is right here. You're just going to lift that straight up, let all the water run out. Close that gray tank. You do not need to flush out the gray tank. Your gray tank water is just your dirty dish soap and from hand washing and shower. Your black tank is toilet only. After your gray tank is all done, you'll just close that for the last time. Take everything off. Sometimes. Rinse it all up and put everything back. You want to try to keep that as clean as possible so that the next people who pull it out don't have to get all gross and dirty with it. Now, something to know about your black tank is I'm going to put chemicals in it for you. The longer and the more water that sits in there, the better it breaks everything down, and so the better it will drain. So the more water you've got in that black tank, the better, other than you don't want to fill it up prematurely. Now, if you're at a campsite that has a sewer hookup, then you can go ahead and hook that hose on along with that clear elbow, but you will leave the black tank closed. But you can open up that gray tank so that as you use the shower or the sink, that water will just run right out into the sewer. You do not want to leave the gray or the black tank open, because if the black tank is left open, all of your liquids run out and your solids pile up. And you need those liquids to help break down the solids. So you will not be draining the black tank until just before you're going to return back. Right back here is your electrical cord. This is a 30 amp electrical cord. Most campgrounds will have a 30 amp receptacle for you. There are 3 things inside of all RVs that will not operate unless this is plugged in. That would be your air conditioning, your microwave, and your 110 outlets. There's a couple of things that are plugged into your 110 outlets, such as a TV. This trailer is equipped with TVs, but not all trailers are. So a TV would not work unless this is plugged in. If you have a generator or there's not a 30 amp connector, I do have this 15 amp adapter. You'll just plug that in like that, and then it'll plug into just about any generator, any outlet or extension cord that you'll need. If you use this adapter, do not run the AC. I've put a little reminder on there, no AC, because the AC requires the full 30 amps in order to run properly. It might still try to work, but it breaks the air conditioning unit. So if you use this adapter, no AC. All right, all of these extra little tools that I've used, I do store them in an outside compartment around on the other side, and I'll show you where that is when we get around to it. On the front side of this trailer, it is equipped with 2 speakers. It also has some 110 outlets. Remember, those 110 outlets will not work unless you are plugged into some sort of a landline or a generator. There's also cable inlet on this side of the trailer as well. Over here is that outside compartment that I was telling you about. You will need a key to get into it. Has a little lock up here at the top. Inside of this outside compartment, I've got a couple of containers. Inside of this container, I keep that funnel, I keep the power cord adapter, and I keep the level. The other thing that's in this container is an instruction booklet. In this instruction booklet, it goes through everything that I've gone through and will go through in about the same order. Also, it has the registration in the back in case you were to get pulled over, and it has my business card. If you have any questions or problems, make sure to give me a phone call. A lot of times I can fix things over the phone, and hopefully it'll make your trip a little bit more enjoyable. This is also where I keep that little sewer box with the clear elbow and your disposable gloves. Your special drinking water hose attached with your water pressure regulator is in here. And your stabilizer jack wrench. Along with all of this stuff, I've also got a few extra blocks of wood. Those blocks of wood are excellent to use to help level the trailer. If you need to back up on a couple blocks of wood, they're there to help you level the trailer. You can also use these blocks of wood to put underneath those stabilizer jacks if your ground's unlevel and you need a little bit of extra height. The last thing on the exterior of this trailer would be the awning. This trailer comes equipped with a power awning, so it's really easy to use. It has one button. It's located up here above the stove. It just says in or out. To get it to come out, you just press the out. It'll automatically extend out. Now, there are these tension knobs. I would just leave them alone, so that we don't have to worry about any human error with that. When you want to bring it in, just one finger to bring that in. It'll automatically stop when it's in all the way. Same rules apply for a power awning as they apply for manual awnings. If you are not sitting out here with the awning does need to be put away. The awning cannot be left up in any kind of rain or wind, or while you take a nap, or while you go on a hike. If you're not out here watching the awning and it is completely wind-free, the awning needs to be brought back in. But now with the power awning, it's very simple to do.